Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cynthia the Audio Belle. So Stephen made a comment that the most interesting part about an audio show is the people. So I decided to get to know some of the people that attended Axpona this year. The Planar Asylum, which is a chat room on the Audio Asylum website, is a forum for people who love planar speakers, be it electrostats or ribbon speakers. And I myself, being a big planar fan, decided that it would be a lot of fun to meet up with some other hardcore planar speaker fans at Axpona. Rather than interviewing them throughout the hallways of the show, I met up with 4 gentlemen from the Planar Asylum forum at a restaurant called Shaw's Crab House. Now, if you're going to Axpona and you like fish and seafood, then I highly recommend Shaw's. Excellent restaurant. So what were these gentlemen like? Well, we had a lot in common despite our age differences. And I learned a lot by just listening to them talk about their audiophile experiences. So here are some clips from a dinner that I will never forget.
I don't know. I can't.
You gotta
forget about the visual.
Yeah, don't mind the dead carcass on your plate.
Yeah, look at this eyeball right here. That looks tasty.
Yeah, your dinner's taken
Well,
back.
see, there's no extra charge.
Hey, at least he's not talking. You know the singing fish?
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, you don't know yet. Still got time.
Hey, but Troy gave you an offer. You're not going to take.
Well, I wanted to try it, and I like it.
We'll see.
That's all that counts.
That's no deal.
Just don't look at me.
I
I'll give you a piece of it.
Cynthia, I will feel guilty if you don't like it.
It's spicy.
Oh,
Spicy?
Really?
Spicy.
So, when you play...
You want the eyeball?
Upstairs with an audio research preamp.
Cynthia?
Yes.
Remember what your mom said, don't play with your food.
600 watt.
But it's so much fun.
It is pretty fun.
Pretty good.
You know, there's something.
Cynthia, put it
Do a little
like,
cleanup.
Yeah.
Hey, he's kind of cute.
Romancing the fish head.
Explain the math there. That's male fish. I don't do
Oh
that.
no. That's a male fish. Clean up. Yeah, I listen to classical music, but a lot of what I listen to is either classic rock or classical music. So, but I listen to blues, Motown, jazz. I listen to a lot of things. But I've been getting more into music that my own generation likes recently, like indie and folk and just different things.
You like Adele?
Yeah, I like Adele. I haven't heard her on an audiophile system though.
You want another map?
Before.
Yeah.
I've even got the live DVD.
You do?
Yeah, I got that.
I've got a 60-inch
Blu-ray.
TV between my speakers, so if you want to see her live, come on over and we'll put you in the front row.
Okay. So you have your home theater and your audio system.
Yeah.
I do
Oh,
too.
absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So how do you like that? Because mine is completely separate. And I've always like, I don't know, I've been kind of a separate person. I want to keep this separate from that.
You gotta blend them.
I know a lot of people will do that though.
Well, if I had a room, I'd probably separate it, but... Or have just 2 systems, you know. Have you ever heard, you like Peter Frampton?
Mm-hmm.
He has a live where he was in Canada, you know, like 20 years ago or something like that. I forget what it was.
Is this the one where he's using the whammy or the
Yeah,
voice
right.
box?
Yeah.
I want to thank you.
Because there was like the original song he did like in the 70s, you know, and this is like in 2000 or something like that. He did it again.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Just
I
less
like his
hair now,
music.
so.
Yeah,
I saw
I li-
Frampton live
a lot of that
at
stuff.
row 7 in 1979, and I was with some girl, and all I could do was stare at this Gibson guitar with the gold pickups.
So what do you have, Josh?
I have a pair of Magnepan Timpani 4As, and I have them triumphed. I'm feeding them with.
You have triumphed.
I have them triumphed. I'm feeding them with an AHP2 amplifier and an A21 amplifier, and a Ship Vidar on the
What a name.
on the base panel. Yeah. And I'm feeding them with an Exosound E28 DAC, and that runs off a sort of custom server that I put together, which I'm actually a little bit vain about because I wanted a computer that was powerful enough to do anything, including video. I mean, putting in a high-end, overclockable Intel processor, and I wanted to be absolutely silent, so that I couldn't hear it from 2 feet away, because I was going to be using it for both audio and video. And I managed to do it. I got this huge, ridiculous overclocking heatsink, and put it in the processor. It was maybe half an inch left in the case, and it never runs. It's great.
So you build your own computers.
Yeah.
If something is mid-bass thin, it's transparent. And I think really what's happening there is people are just hearing more detail because they're not getting the mid-bass that they really need to have, which is really a more natural sound, in my opinion.
I think people notice the mid bass more than the low bass.
Yeah, and this is something that I've come to realize, like, seriously, just recently, because it was like, I'm listening to different speakers here at the show. This is the first show I've ever actually gone to, and I always notice that mid bass is kind of like where it's at for me.
Our brains are designed to look for patterns.
Exactly. Well, it's
Mm.
Kant said that which is beautiful is that which has subjective purposiveness for cognition.
What?
Say again?
There he goes.
Well, I love that quote because of course nobody understands what it means. But being Kant, it's absolutely brilliant. And basically what he's saying is that our sense of beauty, or at least our sense of platonic or mathematical beauty, is the way, it's the reward we get when we find something that teaches us, that calculations with vectors, right? We are intuitively saying, okay, well, this car has, it's
Cynthia, the short version is rent the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and they try to communicate with language with the alien says based off mathematics. Dun 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 dun. Right there you go.
Well, see, this is why on the forums we need guys like this, because I can't figure this stuff out, but he figures it out, then I'll ask him 3 or 4 times. That's why they make calculators.
Yeah, so we use calculator, I think.
Josh, what's the love and mathematics connect?
You know,
love and
subject of
mathematics.
love.
I mean, you don't really want to set me off.
Even if there is a listening event, though, and you see young people listening to headphones or looking at vinyl, but then you have some big speakers in the other room, Audiophiles speakers, that sound better, why would they go listen to them when we're just listening to the same stuff all the time, stuff that they're not interested in hearing? You have to play something that touches their heart and that touches them emotionally, or else they're not going to be interested.
That's an excellent point. Excellent
Yes.
point. Because and they're playing old person music in there.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
My age group knows little or nothing about high-end audio. I was fortunate to have a family friend like these gentlemen who introduced me to high-end audio and planar speakers. Otherwise, I might still be listening to music like I did in high school. This is Cynthia the Audio Belle signing out with my Spanish guitar.